Hello, my lovelies. Okay, so I've been talking about this for a little while. I'm going to do on here in the future. I'm going to do it on my other website, my other YouTube channel, Reclaim the Way, RECLAIM THEWAY, Reclaim the Way. You can also follow my Instagram, Reclaim the Way, and that's more focused on more in-depth spirituality topics and this kind of stuff. But since this is where the majority of my followers are now and I'm new here, I'm going to do it on here. But in the future, for more spirituality topics and this kind of stuff, it'll be on Reclaim the Way. And then my model traveling will be more for modeling, beauty, wellness, and some spirituality topics, but more surface. And then for the more in-depth stuff, it'll be at Reclaim the Way. But this is where we're at now. So we're going to be here. I'm going to tell you guys what we're doing. I'm really excited. I feel really strongly about this. So give me a second. Those of you who don't know, I'm a little bit new to this technology thing. I'm working on it. I got lights. So for my birthday, I was gifted lights. So I'm really excited. So soon, I will be even more set up. Okay, so give me a minute. Let's see, how do I go to my channel? I'm not sure how to do this. Sorry, guys, give me a minute. Okay. So I'm not sure if anyone's here or not. And maybe no one will be here. Okay, live now. How do I go to myself? Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm watching myself. Okay, so it doesn't appear like anyone's here yet. So I'm just gonna go on, like I'm going on. I don't even know how long I'm gonna keep this on. I might end up deleting it. It's a little bit of a test trial just because I do believe in this. I think it's really important. But we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, sorry again. I need someone to come over and help assist with this. Okay, but I'm going to talk about it and we're going to act as if. That's one of the things in life, you guys, just acting as if. They say 90% of life is showing up, and this is important to me. So I'm just going to show up. If you guys show up too, that's amazing. Even if I help one person, that's the thing with my streams. I believe really strongly that I do have wisdom. I have something to say. I've learned a lot of things through trial and error, and because I've modeled so long and I'm also a writer, so much of my life has been freelance. Like my shirt, by the way, I need coffee. I need a coffee break. But so much of my life has been freelance, and I've had to create my own schedule, or I'm always traveling, always on the go. And so that creates its own issues. So what I want to talk about today is being accountable. So Miguel Ruiz, in the 4 agreements, he talks about being impeccable with your word. That means do what you say. Oh, I heard this once. Actually, this is slightly different, but like, do what you say what you mean, and don't say it mean. But if you say you're going to do something, follow through. Don't change your mind because your circumstances change, right? If you say you're going to do it, follow through. If you say you're going to pay someone back, pay them back. If you say you'll be there at a certain time, be there and show up on time. I know my parents said, show up on time or let someone know. You know, if you're running late or something, just let someone know. But so this list, I do this about every month. I'm going to start doing it every week, actually. And I call it my integrity list. And essentially what it is I make a list of any of the things that I said I would do or follow through on where I haven't. Just I got busy, I forgot, whether it just responding to a text message, responding to an email, sending a thank you note. I think thank you notes are really important. Sending a birthday gift, just anything that I didn't follow through on, and especially where it pertains to other people. These can be things where we don't follow through on for ourselves as well. Right now, I'm focusing more on things I haven't followed through on in regards to other people. But the thing is, when we don't follow through on things and then we think of them, or the person reminds you like, hey, where's that thing? Or, you know, I'm waiting on you. Then it creates this feeling of shame and guilt in our mind. And then what happens is that takes away our energy. That takes away from our creativity. That takes away from our productivity. That takes away from our self-esteem. They say build self-esteem by doing esteemable acts. So when you do things or you don't do things and you know you should, that creates a sense of like guilt in you, and guilt is wasted energy. There's no reason to have guilt, right? And oftentimes, so I created a to-do list. Oftentimes the amount of time it takes to write down on my to-do list, I can just get it done, right? How many of you have experienced where there's something you need to do and you've been putting up, especially paperwork? I'm this way with paperwork or phone calls, or where you put it up forever. And then when you do it, you're like, that took like 5 minutes. For example, my sister had asked me, she was writing a review for a photographer, and she asked me for assistance with it. Actually, I'm the one that offered. I said I would help her and assist her with it. I got busy, I got sick. There's a lot of reasons why we don't follow through. And a lot of them are life takes over, right? So a lot of them are like justifiable. But then when it comes back and life is more in sync, then it's really time to follow through. So I made a list. I have about 10 things. I think probably 5 I'll work on this morning, of things I'm going to follow through on, that I said I would do and I haven't done yet. So one of them, the first one, is I have a review. Someone gifted me a healing session on my birthday, and I said I would send a review of it. I also wanted to wait a little bit to see how it sat with me and to see how I felt about it. But I haven't written that review yet. And she needs that. She's waiting on me. And I know as a healer, as someone, because I lead writing and spirituality workshops. And if you're interested in this kind of stuff, you guys, please follow my other Instagram, my other social media, and my other YouTube. It's Reclaim the Way, RECLAIM space THE space WAY, Reclaim the Way. I'll be talking more about these kind of topics on the other site. For now, I just did this one because it's the one that's set up. It's the one that I have followers on. But I'm going to leave this for a bit more, I don't want to say surface, but more beauty, wellness, and the other one's going to go more in deep, internal. So the model traveling will be more external with a little bit of from the inside. And then the Reclaim the Way will be going really deep. It'll be focusing on spirituality and things from the inside. Inside out, outside in. Okay. So the first one I'm going to do, so what to start is to make a list. If you haven't already made it, you might already have it, might have a to-do list. You can just think of one thing. I'm going to lead us in the mini meditation so we can really connect to that, maybe that one thing that's coming up. For example, my nephew, I remember a couple of years ago, he asked for a snow globe for Christmas, and I never got it for him. And it bothered me. For like a few years, it really bothered me that I didn't get the snow globe. And so now he's older. I don't even know if he still wants a snow globe, but his birthday is coming up, and I'd texted with him, and he was like, will you come for my birthday? So now I'm working on going there for his birthday. I actually will go there for his birthday, but I'm like, oh no. I'll have to delete this afterwards in case he's watching. Surprise! But that's my way. So sometimes it's not exactly, sometimes if the time has passed, you can't do the exact thing that you said you would do, right? It's not always possible to follow up in the exact way that you said you would. So then create another way where it's the same sentiment or the same feelings, where you're really showing up for that person. If you miss someone's birthday, send them a birthday card, send them a gift. Like, it's not always the equivalent. You can't always show up in the exact way. But so we're going to start with making a list, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself with this list. So you can do 1 or 2 things. 1, write down the 3 things that feel most pressing or that you can do at this moment. Or you can just write it all down and then just start with, I like to do 1 a day. Today we're going to get through a bit more, but just 1 a day of one thing that you said you would do and you didn't follow through on, or one thing even you wanted to do. Because sometimes thank you notes, you don't tell the person, I'm going to send you a thank you note. But in your head, you know it's the right thing to do. If they gave you an exchange of energy, it's a way for you to honor that and to recognize that, right? So First, start with the list, right? Give yourself space and time. Give yourself like an hour. I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm just going to do it. Those of you who don't know, Saturn is in Capricorn and it's the ruler, and it's about time and really focusing, showing up, getting things done. So that's what we're going to do. So hello, it says I have one viewer. Hello and welcome, one viewer. If you would like to say anything, go ahead. Otherwise, I'm just going to talk, and then literally I'm just going to be sitting here and I'm going to show up. Right. But sometimes it helps to have an action buddy. I've been in groups before where they say, and I've had a few in my life, and it really does make a difference. And the action buddy, what you do is they help you be accountable. So you say, this is what I'm doing. For example, it could just be your laundry. I've had it at times in my life, you guys, especially when I'm traveling, I'm modeling, working all the time, really busy, where I literally am like, oh, I've been meaning to do laundry for a week and I've been putting it off. I'm like, I have no clean underwear, but I'm just avoiding laundry. So literally you call your action buddy and you say, okay, I'm going to do my laundry. And then you go do it. And then afterwards, or you can text and say, I did my laundry. And then it also produces that feeling of accomplishment. Then you feel good. You're like, oh, I did something today. So that's why I like starting it first thing in the morning. It's really helpful. Okay, but I don't want to have this be an avoidance stream. So we're just going to get to it. Okay. Okay. Number one, make the list. So I am making my list. So if you guys are watching or doing this, I hope you feel encouraged to do this as well. I'm telling you, your life is going to change. The more, I was telling someone yesterday, I just kind of made this up, or it came to me, but it's so true. The more you stick to things in your life, or you stick through commitments, the more commitments stick to you. So I'm sure we all have someone who owes us money, or someone who hasn't followed through on something, right? But yet focus on them and what they haven't done. There are also ways in our life that we have not following through. So the more that we follow through, the more that we stick to commitments, the more that our word means something, the more that we will see that reflected back from the universe. So it's about us, and it's about keeping our side of the street clean. But the more that we do that, we will see it get reflected back. So I'm writing down. So I'm writing down, my list is a little bit longer, but I'm just going to do a few on here and then we'll close it up. But I just wanted to give everyone the time and space, even if we just do one. So I'll close this up in maybe like 10 minutes or so, or 5 minutes. But I just want to do this to show you guys the importance, to show you that you're not alone. We all have things that maybe we haven't followed through on, but the more that you show up for your life, the more that you do them, the more life shows up for you. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this thing called ink card, but ink cards are amazing as like birthday cards or thank yous. What you can do is you put in a picture from your camera roll, and then you can create a card from that picture, either an actual card inside an envelope or like a postcard card. They're amazing. I love sending ink cards. I've sent them to a lot of family and friends, and it's just a way to be a bit more personal, and you can also do it quickly. They do it for you. So I think it costs maybe $2.95, $3.95. You don't have to go to the post office. You don't have to buy stamps, because that can be another thing, right? I finally got stamps, but things it's like, oh, before I can follow through, I have to take another step. I have to take another step. But ink cards are really great because they're a great way. You avoid all the hassle, and it's very personalized, and people love receiving them. They keep them. They're the cards that don't get thrown away. So that's really great. Okay, so I have 4 things on my list that I'm going to start with. It's a little bit of a to-do list, but it's more of like, if you can just think back of like, what have I been avoiding? What is it? Or the person that I haven't answered their text, or the person, just something that you haven't followed through on. that's been on your mind, because whether you consciously know it or not, that's taking at your energy. Okay, so I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to write this review for the girl. So we're just going to do a mini kind of meditation just to call in our energy. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Take another deep breath in and let it go. One more deep breath in. And just exhale completely. And the amazing thing is, you guys, the more that we just show up for our lives, the more that we show up for others, we're also showing up for ourselves. And this sense of accomplishment is so good, and action creates action. I don't know if any of you have heard the speech, the Make Your Bed speech. It's amazing. If you haven't heard it, I highly recommend you listen to it. But he talks about making your bed, and he says, just start with that. If you just look, made my bed. If you just wake up every morning and make your bed, if you did nothing else right in that day, if your day went wrong, if you struggled, at least you accomplished something, right? And you go throughout your day, you come home and you see that your bed is made. It does make a huge difference. It's also the rule of five, the biggest indicator of your success is the 5 people or environments that you hang around most often. And obviously your home is number one. Your bedroom is the first thing you see before you go to bed. And it's the last, or it's the first thing you see in the morning when you wake up, and the last thing you see before you go to bed. So having a clean space really makes a big difference. Okay, so we are going to start on the integrity list. If anyone wants to write in there what they're doing, just to have that action buddy, just to say, yo, Real Country Videos, hey, Renee. Anyone that came in, we are doing an integrity list. So anything that we said we would do that we haven't followed through on. So I made my little list. So I'm going to be your action buddy. And then if you want to watch this video later, go ahead. I gave a little bit of insight and wisdom, but it's all about just showing up. So we're going to do it. So I'm writing a review that I've been putting off. So I'm going to do that right now. And so if you guys want, if there's something that you want to do or you want to work on, you can just put it in the link in the chat if you would like, and then we're just going to go to it. And I promise you'll feel so much better after. Okay. I realize this is not the most flattering angle, but I don't care. It's not about being flattering. And by the way, Renee, if you're not following my other stream, if this kind of stuff is interesting to you all, you guys, my other stream, Reclaim the Way, my other YouTube account, that's where I'm going to start doing more of this stuff. And then I'll keep the model traveling. It'll be a little bit more light. I was saying the model traveling will be the external. It's like wellness, fitness, beauty, a little bit of spirituality, but the Reclaim the Way will be like from the inside out, and the model traveling will be from the outside in. So depending on what kind of you want to know or learn, or what your focus is, that's probably the one you want to follow. But you can follow both. Okay. What's the name again? Aw, I look amazing. Look at my t-shirt. I need a coffee break. Oh, I'll write it here. So I think I am following it actually myself. Um, but this is it's the my YouTube channel and also my Instagram that is again a bit more in depth. So going forward, that's what we will stream this stuff on. Um, but for now, this is where I have my followers, and I know some of my followers are interested in this stuff. So that was also a little bit in terms of like branding or what do I focus on because I have different content. Um, but I've now it's more clear to me that the model traveling will be more the external and the reclaim the way will be the more internal, and they both affect one another. I heard this amazing quote. I actually want to put it up, but basically it's talking about like balance, or what's the point of having an amazing like body if your mind and your spirit are not being fed, or if your mind and you're focusing on your mind and your spirit, but you're not healthy or you're not well. Like really maintaining that balance is really important. But right now we are doing integrity list. So I don't know if there's anything that you put off or anything that when you think about it, it makes you feel a little bit guilty, like, oh, I was supposed to do that and I didn't. But that's what we're working on right now. So I'm just writing mine. And then I'm just doing one, and then we're going to close out. I'm going to talk about it and we're going to leave. But I just wanted to give everyone the opportunity to do this and to not have to do it alone, because that's what it's like. Oh, it feels like this big mountain, or especially I was saying like paperwork, things, emails you have to write, things you have to do, and then you just feel alone or you avoid it. But I'm just showing people it's actually really easy. I've been avoiding this one for a few days, but now we're going to do it. So I invite you all to do the same. That's me. Wait, what's you? Okay, that's me. Wait, that's you that needs to work on something? If anyone's coming in, they're like, "What is going on?" I know it might be a weird live stream, but and I can't do it on some other apps that are really busy, but I really believe in it. So I'm just doing it. I'm just being me. Even if I only help one person, for me, it's worth it. So, okay, I'm almost done. Okay. You always put out things you should do. Okay. So this is an opportunity. So I encourage you, actually, I'm going to get off in a second, but I encourage you to go back, just start the video from the beginning, hear the little talk and why it's important, and then just do it. Just make the list. And even if it's one thing, when you start with one thing, you guys, actions create actions. So when you start with one thing and you show up for one thing, then you're much more likely to continue, right? You're going to go on and take the next thing because it feels good, right? It's just like when you're going to the gym and you finally notice like, ooh, my booty looks better, then you're more encouraged. So I'm offering you guys the encouragement to show up for yourself, show up for your life, show up for others, be impeccable with your word, be a person of integrity and honor. The world really needs it right now because we live in a space that is very focused on the external, on the outside. And so the more work that we can do inside and bring that out into the world, the better place the world will be. And the better off your life will be. So that's why it's important. So that's why for me, the two streams are thank you, Real Country Videos. You guys, if you can please like and share and comment, it would make a huge difference. Yeah, it just takes half a second to give it a thumbs up, to share, and just to comment. If I've helped you at all, I really, really appreciate it. I'm going to head off. It's good to see you, Renee. It says that there's someone else here. I'm not sure who it is, but thank you for watching. Thank you for viewing. Any and all love is appreciated. If you're not subscribing, subscribe. And again, I'm going to do more of this kind of content on my Reclaim the Way, but I just wanted to try it. I just wanted to try and see what it would be like. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope you continue on the path of just walking in alignment with your word. You guys, when someone can count on you for your word, the whole universe opens up for you, right? Because you have the ability, even if you don't have money at the moment, you can borrow it. Even if like you need a place to stay, whatever it is, the world opens up to you because people know that they can count on you. So when there are waves in life and you might be down for a moment, they know that the second you're back up, they will show up. You will show up and you will follow through. And it really is everything. My parents taught me that, and I'm really working on it. I'm working on it to a greater degree. So it's good to see you, Renee. I'm so appreciative of all your support. And by the way, you guys, Renee's the one that helped set this up. So if you like this live stream at all, thank him. And again, please like, share, comment, follow me here, follow me on all social media. Model Traveling is my Instagram and Twitter for my other social media. And then for more of the in-depth spiritual wisdom, it's Reclaim the Way. So thank you for your love. Thank you for showing up. And I hope you guys really show up for this for yourself today. Make the list, even if it's one thing that you do. I'm telling you, follow through and your whole life will begin to change. Okay. Love you guys. Have an amazing day.